Members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
What are we doing right now? Last night's State of the Union was wild. It was good for Trump, I'll admit, but it was wild. And what struck me as odd was how much the Republicans and Democrats agreed with one another. But first of all, what was going on with all of the chanting? Secondly, why are we clapping for Trump? And not just for Trump, but for the things that he's mentioning and the things that he refuses to mention. For example, when Trump refuses to talk about climate change, but mentions that the US is now exporting oil to other countries and the entirety of Congress applauds, they're showing their true perspective. And I hope young Americans see a clearer picture about what our rulers care about, regardless of their party affiliations.
Now is the time for Congress to show the world that America is committed to ending illegal immigration and putting the ruthless coyotes, cartels, drug dealers, and human traffickers out of business.
When Democrats applaud Trump when he asks for border security, they're applauding the deliberate virtue signaling of victims of immigrant violence, even when it's not reflected in reality. We know the undocumented immigrants are responsible for less crime, the data shows this, but Trump doesn't care about facts. He cares about feelings. And when you clap for him, you're agreeing with all of that. Like when Nancy, we're capitalists to the bone, Pelosi couldn't wait to show her support when Trump said America will never be socialist.
Tonight, we renew our resolve that America will never be a socialist country.
I guess now we can speculate on why she was so keen on passing measures like PAYGO that restricted the opportunity to pass liberal and leftist policies. Look, I'm not asking for Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to stand up and praise the immortal science of Marxist-Leninism, but one has to realize that socialist is a code word for Democrat, and any policy that actually helps the American people. So when you sit there and clap happily about how terrible socialism is, you're basically clapping the Democratic Party's cheeks. So, good job. Now, before I end this, I want to mention a couple things, like the sad irony of parading out a Holocaust survivor who also survived the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting after using the entire State of the Union to repeat anecdotes and falsehoods about how undocumented immigrants are criminals and violent and should be apprehended, especially when the people you're vilifying are escaping terrible circumstances themselves, especially when some members of the Jewish community understand this and are more sympathetic to refugee integration with programs like Hebrew Sheltering and Immigration Aid Society, which the white supremacist killer in Pittsburgh used as a justification for his mass shooting. Just think, man. But then again, Trump has also claimed that he was interested in ending the AIDS epidemic while zeroing in on Medicare spending that restricts access to antiretroviral drugs for people living with HIV, and also shut down extensive HIV research. Perhaps the best description for how little Trump cares about the he spewed last night was when he asked for $500 million over the next 10 years to find new treatments for childhood cancers. $50 million a year for combating childhood cancer over the next 10 years from the administration that shut down the government for over a month. Over $5 billion for a wall that won't do anything. A wall that will cost 3 times more than that. 3 times more than the $50 million allocated to childhood cancer in upkeep alone, because that's where Trump's priorities lie. And when you stand next to him and you clap, that's where your priorities lie as well. It's not with the American people, it's with the status quo. I'm Hasan Piker. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you want to help independent media and support TYT, please go to tyt.com/join and join TYT membership. It's only $5 a month and it greatly helps us. And this has been The Breakdown. Want to see more videos like this? Well then, subscribe to the TYT channel below. Also, don't forget to become a TYT member. You can get access for as little as $4.99 a month. Also, download the TYT Plus app on your phone or head over to tyt.com/join today.